So today I'm going to show you how to clean the mass airflow sensor on a 2001 Ford Explorer and many other Explorers and Ford Rangers that use this single overhead cam 4-liter engine from, I don't know, sometime in the 90s to sometime in the 2000s. Your airflow sensor is right here, right by where your air filter box is. It measures the airflow into the engine, and when it's not working right, you can have all sorts of problems. I'm getting a check engine light with codes P0171 and 174, which is bank 1 too lean and bank 2 too lean on the oxygen sensors. A lot of garages will just jump straight into replacing oxygen sensors, but it's not likely that they both went bad at the same time. So usually that means it's caused by some other problem, like a bad airflow sensor or a bad PCV valve or a vacuum leak or something like that. So I'm going to try the easy fixes first and clean the airflow sensor and change the PCV valve. So if you look closer at the airflow sensor here, you will see that it uses these tamper-proof torque screws that have a little pin in the center of the star. So you got to have the right bit for that. These days, if you're doing much work on anything, you might as well just go get a full set of all the Torx bits and security bits, tamper torques, all that stuff. So to clean it, you have to remove it, of course. And to remove it, we're going to press down on this tab and release the connector on it. That's not too hard. Then you just remove this screw here. And the other screw on the opposite corner. And carefully pop it out of there. Just make sure you didn't lose the little O-ring seal on there. And that is it. It's out and ready to be cleaned. So to clean the airflow sensor, you want to go get yourself a can of actual mass airflow sensor cleaner. You don't want to use any chemicals like carburetor cleaner or brake cleaner or intake cleaner, because aggressive cleaners like that can actually damage the sensor. Some of them can even melt plastic. Spend the money on a can of the right stuff so you don't risk damaging a sensor and end up spending $200 to replace it or something. So we're going to take the airflow sensor cleaner, we're going to spray it in all the holes here and clean out all the sensors. You don't want to touch this, you don't want to touch it with the straw when you're cleaning it, because you don't want to risk damaging anything. Might as well give it a shot in the connector too, make sure the electrical contacts are clean. Hit it from both sides. Yeah, might as well clean the top off too. And there we go. We'll let that dry out and we'll put it back in. So reinstalling the sensor is easy as getting it out. You just put it back in here and make sure it seats down in the hole and that O-ring is sealed in there properly. And put the screws back in. Try not to drop them through the engine. You might not find their way out the bottom. I'll probably put them both in loose first just to make sure everything is lined up properly. That looks good. Use an electric screwdriver like this, be careful not to over torque it. Plug the electrical connector back in, and that is it. We are done.